Okay. I wish all of us would remember what we had discussed in the last session. It is to make sure that I would not miss any point in the flow of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Right now, it is only mentioning the topics. Okay, I'm just listing out what we can discuss in the further classes, because in our Shastri tradition, meaning the scientific literature, is written in a specific format. Okay, so this format is called Uddesha, Lakshana, and Pariksha. Okay, this is from Nyaya Shastra. Nyaya is Indian logic. So Indian logic system systematizes the thesis presentation in a very systematic manner. Okay, so first one is called Uddesha. Uddesha is to list out anything that I want to elaborate hereafter. Okay, for example, in the first slide, if I say, I will be explaining in the classes following: 1. Chitta Vritti, 2. Chitta Vikshepas, 3. Afflictions, and 4. Siddhis, 5. Ashtanga Yoga. So the first slide or first content of any text in our traditional system is to put out the list of the elaborations that I will make hereafter. So right now I am exercising the same thing, that in the first chapter, what is the second chapter, third and fourth, we will have a glance. Okay. So after this session, we are going to see and get elaborated description of each and every point from its sutra flow itself. Okay, so most of you must be disappointed for the reason I'm not entering direct Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and I'm giving something like I'm beating around the bush. Okay, it seems like that, but what I want you to understand is why Patanjali Yoga Sutras are uh, going into specifics of them and what is the background. Okay, why I say that background is important, history is important, and foreword is very important, because any point that you want to specify, it should be addressing with that background only. For example, if you are studying naturopathy, if you are the practitioners of naturopathy, you would have chosen this path with a specific background. Okay, for example, I am very sure about I will not get into allopathy because it is an invasive way of treating. Okay, moreover, it causes unrepairable damage to this body. So if that is one of the reasons, okay, then you have a philosophy to present why damaging a body to an irreparable condition is very bad. Okay, so you may have a theory behind why you don't want to get in, or if you say that I don't want to get into Ayurveda for 1 and 2 3 4 5, how many are reasons? So when you pull out all those reasons put together, you can present it in such a manner that why you don't want to do something or why you want to do something. So here also I am exercising the same, that why he has to go into specifics of chitta vritti, chitta bhumi, and chitta vikshepa, and so many things that he will describe in detail, and giving an overall flow of thought in the entire Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So we were also dealing the next chapter, next pada, that is sadhana pada, being kriya yoga. Okay, so sadhana is basically the practice that you do. Any practice you do in yogic tradition is called sadhana. For example, if you have been identifying the entire universe as the combination of panchamahabhutas, 5 elements, okay, and similarly each disease, each disorder, each ailment is one or the other imbalance condition of 5 elements, and you want to treat with a specific methodology, that is also sadhana. Okay, if you are reading for some kind of examination, that is also sadhana. So sadhana is basically an endeavor for achieving a specific goal which is sublime in nature, which is noble in nature. So any noble thought, any sublimated goal that you have, towards that whatever practice you do is all called sadhana. So here in the second chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutras, he gives the list of practices that we need to inculcate being the yogis. Okay, I don't claim that everybody here in this group hardcore yoga therapists. Okay, you have two medicine system called naturopathy and yoga and many other systems you want to bring in and merge and give the best solution for the patient. Okay, even the ICMR or any body's Ayush department, Ayush ministry, now it's no more department. So Ayush ministry is coming up with the some method which can involve all the best available medicine possible. It's not only sticking on to Ayurveda, only naturopathy, only yoga, only Siddha, not like that. So initial ideas were any so-called alternative systems of medicine have to be brought in, because all of these have one common thread to connect with each other, that without without looking at a human being as a whole and a complex system, you cannot address any disease directly the way injections and the medicines or any strong doses that you give to a patient is going to the organ or to a system and addressing, and it no more cares about the rest of the systems. So the methodology wanted to apply here is a combined or best available possible methods you bring in and try to give the best option for a patient. So sadhana for you is to think of a holistic medicine to a patient. Okay, so for that matter, any noble goal that you have, to achieve that, you need some tools, some sincere tool you need. So all of them are listed in the second chapter. So in the beginning, nobody wants to read the entire yoga philosophy and start with. Okay, I need quick fix. So that is called Kriya Yoga, wherein you have Tapas, Swadhyaya, and Ishvara Pranidhana, and Kriya Yoga. Okay, so we will get into that in detail. And afflictions, by practicing Kriya Yoga, you will be overcoming the afflictions. Okay, we have different levels, different varied levels of afflictions in our behavior, in our personality itself. So we want to overcome it. Simple example is what drives us in life. Okay, why I am sitting before a system, why you have become a doctor of BNYS, or why a person runs a big company and becomes CEO, or why a person leaves everything and goes to achieve something. beyond what all we have think is an achievement. So everything is based on two very important driving forces. One is sukha, the other one is dukkha. Okay? I like and I don't like. I like that which gives me the happiness and pleasure, and I don't like which does not give me happiness or which causes pain to me. Okay, so these kinds of very simple but very strong, very complex, very deep rooted afflictions are inbuilt in they have become inherited in the genes of human being. So at least to some extent one has to overcome, one who is into sadhana. So that also will be specified with detail. And when you take the entire lifespan, okay, how long we live, so long what kind of experiences that we do, and based on those experiences we act sometimes, we react at other times. So our life is what is the true nature of our life and how long we live. Actually he did not mention a specific years duration that you live on the earth, but he gives the principles. Okay, how long you live is based on dash dash dash. So you can know, or sometimes if we are sensitive, we can know. Okay, and what kind of experience that we will be confronting throughout the life. Okay, that is the nature of life, duration, and the experience, because of we are not only what we are today, we are what we have been cumulatively being from throughout my life. Okay, thus the nature in general will be delightful or distressful all our lives. It will be neutral or it will be indifferent for those who overcome this. Okay, please do not mistake me that indifference or neutral to life is a negative science. Okay, so okay, there are some hands raised. Okay. Is there any hand raised, Arvind? Okay. Anyhow, moving on to the next point is union and disunion. Okay. As a basic point in most of the hatha yoga, or you take tantra, or let be yoga, or sometimes vedanta also, there is something called two things coming together. Okay, if something has to happen in the life, not with one hand, even the clap will not happen with one hand. So two things should come together. Life will happen only when there is union of Prakriti and Purusha. Okay, and when these two come together, when Prakriti and Purusha have some goal or some purpose to achieve in their existence, in their absolute existence, they come together. When the purpose is over, they separate, they depart. Okay, Judai. Okay, in Hindi, they get separated once the purpose is over. Okay, so just to give an example, if there is a cultural program in your college or in your society, there will be a dancer or some performer or some theater person comes on the stage and performs for the sake of the audience. Okay, so audience also watch some performance, and when the dance is over, they all return back to their house. Okay, then they will rest. So purpose of the performer and the audience coming together is to have an exchange of emotions. Okay, a performer wants to exhibit the emotions, and the audience want to receive, take an input from that performance. So there is a purpose. Okay, anything happening in the universe has some purpose, and some people may find out what is the purpose of this life. Okay, that has become the ultimate question, okay, absolute question of many lives. Okay, so that is one specific point we will be dealing. And 8-step method for mind modification. So we have something called yama and niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. These form an external preparation. For example, I always give this example. If you want the water in a glass to be stable, not the water to be moving here and there, you should keep the tumbler or the glass stable. The water in the bottle only will be stable when the bottle will be stable. So stable body makes stable mind in the beginning. Okay, that is why we have the asana. Asana practice is very, very important. Even I have felt in the beginning after studying Patanjali Yoga Sutras, oh, Patanjali is never emphasizing on the practice of asana. Actually, he did not give any single name for any asana. But why yoga has been focusing so much, or even the rishis, even the yogis of the lore have been doing their tapasya in one single asana. Why? What is the reason? The manas will be capable of becoming stable like a table without moving here and there only when the bottle, the holder, or when the tumbler is stable. Okay, for that reason the asana practice have been given more importance. Okay, and the problem with the modern approach is when they practice asanas and pranayama and few more practices, they stick only there. Okay, as you progress, as you get matured, you also have to move on to the next levels. But today's yoga therapy, irrespective of the its age, its gurus, or its methodology they have applied, they have stopped, they have become stagnant only with the asanas. Asanas are very, very important, but asanas do not make the complete yoga. Okay, so always these days it's coming up. Okay, yoga beyond asanas. Yeah, that is also too extreme. So all the external preparation, internal sadhana, all are important. They have their own role. They have their own uh, the contributions for upliftment of the humanity. And for us right now, it is going to take care of the health. Okay, and for that reason, at least when we are healthy, we can discuss, we can lead our life, we can look after the others, we can play our role in the family, in the society properly, we can take care of other people by looking after them. So everything is possible only when our body is okay. And have you heard about Kalidasa? Kalidasa is like Shakespeare. Okay? He is one of the best poets that we had in our country, and he has written various literature. Okay, and he says in one literature, Abhignana Shakuntalam, Shariram Adyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Okay, for anything that you do, Shariram, the body, physical body, is the superior or premier tool that you can use. Okay, if you want to do dharma, if you want to practice naturopathy, Don't you need your body to be healthy and strong enough and stable enough? Then only you can cure others. So it is not only for you, for anyone for that matter. Okay, so we need asanas, we need pranayama, and asanas will be more effulgent only when it is supported with pranayama, and pranayama should be practiced only after asana. So there is an interlink between these steps, one after the other. So we will all see about that. So 5 steps of Ashtanga Yoga are external preparation. Okay, actually that is not yoga. So what you have studied as part of yoga therapy in your naturopathy programs is only preparation, external preparation. Okay, and it is so strong, it is so rich by its manifestation that one of the steps itself can take care of the health altogether. So if you read Hatha Yoga, you will come across some lines like um, what is the purpose of asana? Yogasya prathamangatvad asanam purvamuchyate kuryat tad asanam sthiryam arogyam cha angalaghavam. Kuryat tad sthiryam. Sthiryam is stability, arogyam is health, and angalaghava is, people say that it is defined in 2 ways. Angalaghava is flexibility of body. The second one is lightness of the body. Okay, these are some focused areas of today's popular practice of yoga. So we will all discuss about that, and then moving on to which is called Antaranga Yoga, comprises dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Dharana is fixing, dhyanam is focusing, and samadhi is getting merged, okay, with the object that you are focusing. Okay, so this is called Antaranga Yoga. And also there is a technical term for these 3 combined in the 3rd chapter. He claims it to be samyama. Samyama is not just control, but samyama here is a technical term combining dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Okay, moving on to the next, cultivating the opposite side when affected by negative deliberations. Okay, the biggest challenge for today's youth is we have so many exposures and everything is before us. The moment, okay, some, if you are foodie, if some food is kept before you and you are asked to sit in the class, and where will all your mind go? To that edible, so tasty edible. If pizza is kept and on the other side you are attending some Patanjali Yoga Sutras, who cares? Okay, and naturally our indriyas and mind will go to pizza, right? Similarly, for the youth, there is much exposure and there is lot of things that even without any purpose, I don't want, but forcefully there are advertisements. There are lucrating advertisements that even if I don't want, I have to buy by looking at the advertisement. So that attractive the world has become. Okay, so what to do in these conditions? Because we always talk about control, sense control, and do not go to sensory pleasures, do not look for, long for, do not have lust for sensory pleasures. We can say all those things, but what to do if the situation comes will be the answer with the next point, that is cultivating the opposite side when affected by negative deliberations. Negative specifically because they keep you in the loop of vicious loop. So we want to cross, we want to cut that vicious loop. So there are some specific techniques that we can develop. That is the next one. Then recursive nature of negative actions, words, and thoughts. Okay. So in the second chapter, what if you just have a glance over all the points, these are very directly right now present, here and now present problems. So what happens? The last point says, if there is violence once, that causes 100 more violences. All of the 100 will be multiplied with 1,000 more. So it becomes an unstoppable recursive nature of negative thoughts. Okay? So actions, words, and thoughts. For example, you see the today's media. Okay, an actor abuses the other, and there are 100 people waiting. They comment by an actor or actress. Similarly, happening with the media houses. Okay, similarly happening with all big companies, private companies. Similarly happening in every field for that matter. So a single negative thought can cause infinite negative consequences. Okay, one single thought, one single word, you abuse, and there are 100 abuses for me. Okay, and those abuses cumulatively cause 1,000 more abuses. Similarly, the thought. Okay, if you have a positive thought, it's very difficult to multiply itself. Okay, it may happen only at very theoretical level or in some movies. Okay, one gives to three people will go to three more people and they will help. So actually, it will happen, but rather the negative actions, words, and thoughts. Why I said, see the rumors, how fast they go. They are faster than the supersonic. Yeah, they are faster than the mind sometimes. So this is a very alarming situation that we have today. That how to work with all these situations. Okay, this also will be dealt. And the next is Vibhuti. Okay? Vibhuti is a special power that everybody has. Okay? I have, you have, every creature has. Okay? And that is inherent in every person. You have a special role to play in your own family. Assume your family without you, it's completely different. The situation is completely different. So every member, assume you have a sibling or a friend, very important friend in your life. So what if my life or someone else's life would be without that person? It's completely different. So each one of us have different and specific and unique role to play in our life. Similarly, each one has a special power, not one special power. This special power exists in all the people equally. So our endeavor is to tap it and to make it uh, to come to the surface. Okay? The writer in me only comes when I start writing. Okay? A singer will come to the surface who is sitting hiding just by listening to the songs will come out and start singing only when I show some interest and when I nurture that singing ability, going to the classes, listening to the music, and studying it to the deeper level. Okay, the doctor within me can when you start talking to the patients properly and treating them with specific medicinal tools, okay, medical tools. So all of us have not one, but there are 100 performers or 100 abilities for that matter. Okay, all of them can come to the surface, and when they come to the surface, those are called siddhi. Okay, the very name for all those abilities is siddhi, and very interestingly, this is byproduct. Okay, it is not the primary product. It's not the goal that we wanted to get these siddhis, but in the path, okay, while you are going in the path towards a specific goal that you have set already in the beginning, these are like byproducts. Okay, for example, we want white petrol. Okay, white petrol for all aircrafts and the space shuttle. And while extracting that from crude oil, we get castrol. Okay, we get diesel, we get petrol that we use every day, and we have these petroleum products. Okay, with PVC and many other plastics. Okay, similar to that, everything is byproduct. That's not our focus. We want to get something else, but all of these come like byproduct. So in the path of yoga, these siddhis are byproducts. Okay, this is not our goal. And there are 5 sources of siddhis. Okay, do not think only by doing tapasya or doing asana, doing pranayama, dharana, samadhi, the only way of getting siddhis. Siddhis, to give example, okay, a fellow will bury himself or herself. Okay, am I audible now? Just want the confirmation.
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay, yeah, okay. So the person goes and buries oneself into the ground for 72 hours. Okay, a person is able to hold the breath, okay, for hours together in the water. Okay, the fellow is capable of attracting thousands of people. Okay, so all these are very lucrative and very attractive, and these siddhis are by from 5 different sources. Okay, it's not only one, different sources, and one has to be cautious about them. Beware of siddhis. Okay, siddhis are very, very attractive in nature but dangerous for a true practitioner, sincere practitioner of yoga. Okay, and let me give an example. You want to go to some destination, okay, and you are walking, and that is like MG Road of Bangalore, okay, and Connaught Place of Delhi, and you want to go to some other place. Okay, you want to have a class. Your college is on the other side. You are walking. Okay, you see on the right side, wow, very big mall. Okay, on the left side there is shopping. Okay, next you go, it's ice cream, and there are various things coming in between, and that is attracting you each and every step. So all these siddhis are such in nature that these can redivert you from your goal. It will take you anywhere except your goal that you have fixed. So one has to be literally careful about these siddhis, and it is a caution for all the practitioners of yoga. Okay, while you start practicing, your body becomes so strong, okay, you cannot even imagine. Just by sitting for hours together in asana or pranayama, you may gain lot of intellectual power immediately. Okay, we don't know. Okay, till now we have only practiced for learning sake. Okay, for just for certificate sake. But if you start doing something very seriously and with sincerity, you start developing one or the other siddhis like this. Okay? And there are many siddhas. Actually, to speak this siddha medicine in Ayush systems, Ayurveda, Yoga, Siddha, homeopathy, and naturopathy. Okay, is naturopathy a part of Ayush now? Okay, so yeah, I heard it's part, very much integral part now. So you may develop a special skill while practicing each one of your own medical profession. Okay, but don't be overwhelmed or don't be jumping for the success you got at the first shot. Okay, at the success you gain for very sincere practices. Okay, this is destroy the entire profession or destroy the entire sadhana. One simple example is you might have heard the story of Vishwamitra. Okay, Vishwamitra in the beginning was against Vasishtha because he challenged. Vasishtha challenged Vishwamitra, you take Nandini however you want. Nandini was the cow given to Vasishtha to perform yajna. Okay, but Vishwamitra comes and asks, see, you are the person living in the forest and have no population, and I am the king. I have to look after the people in entire kingdom, and I have thousands of people to feed. So please give the Kamadhenu to me, and I will take it. And also on top of it, it is my right as a king to take any property in the society belongs to the king. Hence, I am not requesting, I am ordering you to give. He was humble. But later, when Vasishtha humbly replied that I cannot give because this is not my property to give it to you. But he challenged, Vishwamitra started challenging Vasishtha and saying that, however, with all the power, I am going to take this along with me. Then he said, okay, you take if you want. But what happened then? Okay, and the story says with all the muscle power, all the army he used, but he could not do anything with Nandini, and he left. And there was a competition again. So a king, Trishanku, came to Vasishtha because Vasishtha was Kula Purohita for that kingdom, and came and asked, can you send me along with this body, physical body, to the heavens? And Vasishtha said, it's impossible, that is against the norm of Swargaloka, nobody can go. Then this fellow, Trishanku, has to agree, this is the norm, okay, that I cannot do something. Okay, it is against the norms. Without completing any formal education, you cannot get into the university system without having any certificate, medical certificate. You cannot become doctor, right? That is the norm. No, I want to become a doctor and a surgeon without any certificate. It's not possible. Hence, Vasishtha said, with this body, physical body, you cannot go to Swargaloka. But see the adamant nature of Trishanku, and comes to Vishwamitra and says, see, this I am ready to give anything that you want. And this Vasishtha who defeated you is challenging that nobody can be sent to Swargaloka with this physical body. And Vishwamitra said, because Vasishtha challenged, because Vasishtha rejected your case, I am going to take your case. I am the greatest lawyer. Okay? Then with Vishwamitra, For all the years he has done tapasya, for years, decades together, poured into sending this Trishanku to Swargaloka. All he used, he did not have a the store of his all sadhana. With one shot, by sending Trishanku to Swargaloka, he wasted everything. Okay, but however, the rules were the same, and Trishanku was kicked from the heavens, and there is in between. So, see, this is a lesson. This is, no, the lesson that we have to learn from the story of Vishwamitra, that if you gain something with your sadhana, that just for one simple, very lucrative, very pleasurable, very ego supportive activity, you cannot give away everything. So once you start getting attracted for these kinds of siddhis, all the sadhana, all the professional ethics that you have gained will be shattered, okay, will be lost. So one has to be careful about these vibhutis. So that is cautions, beware of siddhis. Okay, then attitude of a yogi towards this world. Okay, so one of the sutras says the entire world for a yogi looks very, very painful. Okay, I am not ruling all of you, everyone should have this kind of attitude. Okay, it looks very negative, but that is the fact. Okay, fact can also be negative. Fact need not always be positive. So truth is always hard, is always bitter. So the attitude of a yogi towards this world will also, we will look into the sutra and the nature of mind. This I will keep for further discussion. And concept of karma. So concept of karma is very much common in various other darshanas, other philosophies also. But the way it is presented in, that is yoga darshana, is quite different. So that also we will see in detail. And significance of sequence in action. In the first session only, with an example of preparation of tea, I told you what is the importance of following a specific action. Okay, so so this is
We will wait for 1 or 2 minutes just because of network issues.
yes. Is it visible? Is it audible?
Yes,
Okay.
it's very
Is there a screen
clear.
share that is okay now? Okay. So this is what the overall idea I wanted to give for today's session. And from next session 4, okay, in total we have 8 sessions from next one, in which I will be spending 3 or 4 sessions for first chapter, and 2 sessions for second, and 2 more with the third chapter. Okay, so that will be I don't say very technical, though it is technical. I will make it as simple that you can easily relate uh, with the common life. Okay, so yeah, this is what just I wanted to discuss today. So if you have no doubt, then we may conclude the session.
If any doubts are there, sir, they can unmute and they can ask to you directly.
Yes.
There is no such problem. So if anyone is having any clarity, like doubts or queries, you can unmute or you can write in chat box. We will
Yes, you
wait
can
for
write it in the chat box.
1 minute, and
Yeah,
if anyone is there, and then we will conclude the session, sir.
sure.
Yes.
Today, uh, yeah, I think nobody has any question.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So then we will conclude our today's seminar, and we will remain with 8 other sessions. Yes, sir. We'll complete remaining 8 with coming Thursday and Saturday with the same
Yes.
timings.
Yeah, same time.
So thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
And thank you everyone to be on this session. Sir, we have one question from
Yeah.
Amravati.
Can we expect the vicious loop of any example? Yeah, for example, if I have see, there are these days it's coming up very much that the communal violence, okay? Communal violence, how much it is happening for one community, violating the other, making violence of the other, okay, causing so much, and it is becoming infinite. Because you have done, I also have to hurt you, and I hurt you, the next generation will keep that, okay, in the memory and keep repeating the same thing. It's not only with this attitude alone, but it happens with every negative thought. Okay, himsa, by thought, by word, or by deed. So this is like a vicious circle. It continues forever. So a sincere practitioner of yogi should keep it in the mind that if there is a negative thought, and if okay, I had okay, my thought was, how do you decide that it is a negative? Okay, that is also a very important point. How do I know that it is a negative? Okay, and very simple uh, idea to identify anything as a negative is that which makes you shrink, which makes you bound, which makes you limited, which makes you smaller. So there are some criteria that we can say, oh, this is negative because it is making me weak. Okay, any thought, any deed, or any word causing me weak person, that is a negative. Similarly, not only me but others also. So if my words are causing weakness in the other, that is negative. So weakness, that's why Swami Vivekananda's words you can hear, moksha is free, moksha is strength. Okay, and yeah, life is strength, and weakness is the death. So that is positive, which makes your life better and stronger. Okay, that is negative, which makes one weak or small or petty and very limited. So with that sense, we can identify this is negative and this is negative thought, this is negative deed or negative words. Hence, there is a clear-cut distinction to make negative and positive. Okay, there was some hand raised. Nirosha. Okay. Okay. Only for negative, exactly. Yes. Can plans of future be solutions or say positive? Yeah, it can take care of the negative things. Okay. So, okay. For today, we will conclude this session.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Have a
Thank you.
great day, everyone. And
Yeah. Good night.
namaste, sir.
Namaste.